In 1850, thousands of Irish immigrants arrived in Boston, fleeing famine. They lived in cheap, overcrowded tenements and performed brutal labor. Amidst relentless hardship, food became not only a means of survival but also a source of solace, strength, and a connection to home. These are 25 humble, forgotten foods the Irish actually ate to survive in 1850s Boston, meals that carried them through hunger, hardship, and hope. Number 1. Colcannon. A dish deeply rooted in Irish soil, was a comforting staple that found new life in Boston. It was made by mashing boiled potatoes with cabbage or kale, often enriched with butter or a splash of milk if available. Eaten as a daily meal, particularly in colder months, it was a simple yet hearty dish that offered much-needed calories. Colcannon symbolized resilience, transforming basic, cheap ingredients into a filling and flavorful meal that evoked memories of home. Its warmth and sustenance helped fuel weary bodies, a testament to enduring spirit. Today, colcannon remains a beloved dish, cherished as a symbol of Irish heritage and comfort. Number 2. Irish oatcakes. Irish oatcakes were a practical and versatile food, easily made and stored, a direct link to their rural Irish diet. Ground oats, mixed with water or buttermilk and a pinch of salt, were formed into flat rounds and cooked on a griddle over a coal stove. They were a common accompaniment to almost any meal, a sturdy alternative to bread, providing sustained energy for long days of labor. These oatcakes symbolized frugality and ingenuity, making the most of readily available, inexpensive grains. Their plain yet nourishing quality underscored the immigrants' struggle for sustenance. Modern oatcakes, though more refined, still echo the wholesome simplicity of their 19th century ancestors. Number 3. Potato and onion soup. This humble potato and onion soup was a daily savior, stretching meager ingredients into a warm, filling meal. Potatoes, the very crop that failed them in Ireland, became their cornerstone once more, slowly simmered with sliced onions in water or thin broth, seasoned with salt and pepper. It was often the main meal of the day, particularly when other foods were scarce, eaten slowly to savor its warmth and nourishment. The soup represented resourcefulness and community, a shared pot often feeding an entire family in a small tenement room, its steam filling the narrow alleys. Its very simplicity spoke volumes of the desperate struggle, yet also the enduring comfort found in shared hardship. Number 4. Salted cod with potatoes. Salted cod, a cheap and preservable protein, became a vital part of the Irish diet in coastal Boston. The dried, heavily salted fish required soaking overnight to remove some of its brininess, then was boiled and served alongside the ubiquitous boiled potatoes. This dish was frequently eaten, especially on Fridays or when fresh meat was unaffordable, offering essential protein in their limited diet. Salted cod symbolized adaptation and the necessity of making do with what was available in their new environment. Its strong flavor and chewy texture were a constant reminder of their economic reality. Today, while fresh cod is preferred, salted cod dishes still exist as a nod to historical culinary practices. Number 5. Boxty potato pancakes. Boxty, a traditional Irish potato pancake, was another inventive way to utilize their most abundant and beloved crop. Made from a mixture of grated raw potato and mashed cooked potato, mixed with flour, milk, and salt, then fried until golden. Boxty was a versatile dish, served at breakfast, dinner, or as a snack, providing energy and variety to their potato-heavy diet. It embodied the spirit of Irish culinary heritage, a taste of home made possible with local ingredients, a small act of defiance against the harshness of their new lives. The crisp edges and soft interior offered a moment of comfort and familiarity. Modern boxty often appears in upscale Irish restaurants, a testament to its enduring appeal. Number 6. Cabbage and bacon. Cabbage and bacon was a cornerstone of the Irish working-class diet. Simple, hearty, and relatively affordable. Cabbage, a robust and easy-to-grow vegetable, was boiled until tender, often with inexpensive cuts of salted pork or bacon for flavor and fat. This dish was a common evening meal, especially after a long day of physical labor, providing essential nutrients and a satisfying fullness. It symbolized practicality and the ability to extract maximum flavor and sustenance from basic ingredients. its pungent aroma filling the small tenement kitchens. The saltiness of the bacon rendered the simple cabbage into a comforting and familiar taste. This pairing remains a beloved classic of Irish cooking. Number 7. Drisheen, blood pudding. Drisheen, a type of blood pudding or sausage, was a traditional Irish food, a testament to nose-to-tail eating and the avoidance of waste. Made from animal blood, often sheep or pig, mixed with oatmeal or breadcrumbs, spices, and fat, then boiled or fried. It was an occasional hearty meal, providing iron and protein, especially when an animal was slaughtered or inexpensive offal was available. Drisheen symbolized a profound respect for every part of an animal, a necessary frugality born of poverty. Its dark, rich flavor was a taste of ancestral traditions, a reminder of the land they left behind. While less common today, black pudding, a close cousin, is still a feature of Irish breakfast tables. Number 8. Soda bread. Soda bread was more than just bread. It was a daily essential, a symbol of home and hearth. Made simply with flour, baking soda, salt, and buttermilk, it required no yeast or long proofing times, making it quick and easy to bake in a hot oven or on a griddle. It was eaten at every meal, served with butter, jam, or simply to sop up stews and soups, a vital source of calories. Soda bread symbolized resourcefulness and independence, allowing immigrant women to bake fresh bread daily, a small act of domesticity amidst the chaos of their new lives. The dense, slightly tangy crumb was deeply comforting. This iconic bread remains a cornerstone of Irish culinary identity. Number 9. Porridge oatmeal. Porridge, particularly oatmeal, was a ubiquitous breakfast for Irish immigrants, cheap, filling, and easily prepared. Rolled oats were boiled with water or milk until thick and creamy, often seasoned with just a pinch of salt, a simple, nourishing start to a long, arduous day. It was the most common morning meal, providing sustained energy for strenuous physical labor, a humble ritual repeated daily. Porridge embodied practicality and basic sustenance, its plainness a reflection of their stark circumstances, yet its warmth offered a small comfort against the harsh Boston mornings. The scraping of wooden spoons against iron pots as families ate their porridge was a daily symphony. Oatmeal remains a popular, healthy breakfast worldwide. Number 10. Lard biscuits. Lard biscuits were a product of necessity, utilizing an inexpensive and readily available fat source for baking. Flour, salt, and lard were rubbed together, mixed with water or milk, and baked until risen and golden brown. These were often served alongside meals or as a simple snack, providing essential calories and a comforting chewiness when other foods were scarce. Lard biscuits symbolized the ingenuity of immigrant cooks, transforming humble ingredients into something palatable and filling. Their plain taste underscored the stark reality of their diet, yet they offered a satisfying density. Though butter and shortening are more common today, the crisp, flaky texture of lard biscuits is still appreciated in some culinary traditions. Number 11. Stewed tripe and onions. Stewed tripe and onions was a dish that truly demonstrated the immigrants' commitment to utilizing every part of an animal. Tripe, the edible lining of a cow's stomach, was slowly simmered with onions and simple seasonings until tender. This was an affordable and relatively nutritious meal, often eaten on weekdays when more expensive cuts of meat were out of reach, providing protein and texture. It symbolized extreme frugality and an unyielding will to survive, embracing foods often discarded by others. The pungent aroma and unique texture were a testament to their resilience and lack of food waste. While less common in modern Western diets, tripe remains a delicacy in many cultures globally. Number 12. Mutton broth. Mutton broth was a restorative and economical dish, often made from the bones and scraps of older, tougher sheep. Bones were simmered for hours with water and any available root vegetables like carrots or turnips, yielding a flavorful, nutrient-rich liquid. It was frequently served as a light meal, especially for the sick or elderly, or as a base for more substantial stews, providing warmth and comfort. The broth symbolized the careful conservation of resources, extracting every last ounce of goodness from even the most basic ingredients. Its delicate warmth was a soothing balm, a memory of the medicinal qualities of food. Bone broths have seen a resurgence in popularity today for their perceived health benefits. Number 13. Fish and chips. Early adaptation. While not yet the iconic dish we know today, an early adaptation of fish and chips began to appear, fueled by Boston's fishing industry. Fresh local fish, likely cod or haddock, would be lightly floured and fried, served with thick-cut fried potatoes. This was a relatively affordable and satisfying meal, especially for those working near the docks, offering a taste of the sea and hot, crisp sustenance. It symbolized a culinary evolution, as Irish traditions merged with American availability, leading to new comfort foods. The crackle of hot oil and the scent of fried fish would have been a welcome sensory experience. Modern fish and chips is a beloved takeaway, a global culinary icon. Number 14. Curdled milk and bread. Curdled milk and bread was a starkly simple meal, born of desperation and the natural processes of milk spoilage. Often, milk that had soured was simply consumed, sometimes intentionally curdled with a touch of vinegar, then served with torn pieces of stale bread to soak it up. This was a survival food, eaten when fresh ingredients were unattainable, providing some protein and calories from dairy. It symbolized the extreme frugality and a refusal to waste any potential food source, a raw testament to their constant battle against hunger. The slightly acidic taste and soft texture of the bread offered a minimal yet crucial meal. This practice highlights the harsh realities of their daily diet. Number 15. Corned beef as a feast food. Corned beef, though now synonymous with Irish-American cuisine, was a significant departure from traditional Irish fare, eaten as a rare feast food. Cheaper cuts of beef, brined and cured, were boiled, offering a substantial and flavorful meal. This was a dish reserved for special occasions, such as Sundays or holidays, a splurge for families who could afford it, representing a moment of relative prosperity. Corned beef symbolized assimilation and the embracing of new, more affordable meat preservation methods available in America. Its salty, rich flavor was a celebration, a temporary respite from the daily grind. Today, it's a beloved St. Patrick's Day tradition, far removed from its immigrant origins. Number 16. Nettles and dock leaves. Nettles and dock leaves, foraged from vacant lots or the edges of the city, represented the ultimate in free, wild greens. Young nettles once boiled to remove their sting, and dock leaves were cooked until tender, often with a knob of butter or bacon fat if available. These greens were eaten as a supplement to their diet, providing much-needed vitamins and minerals, especially in spring. They symbolized an ancient knowledge of the land, an instinctive return to foraging that connected them to their rural Irish past. The bitter, earthy taste was a reminder of their ingenuity and the lengths to which they went to survive. Today, foraging is a niche culinary pursuit, but for them, it was necessity. Number 17. Skirts and kidneys. Skirts and kidneys, along with other offal, were incredibly affordable cuts of meat, ensuring nothing was wasted from slaughtered animals. These organ meats were stewed, fried, or grilled, often with onions or herbs to enhance their robust flavor and tenderize them. They were eaten regularly as a source of protein and iron, far more accessible than prime cuts of meat for working-class families. These dishes symbolized extreme thrift and a resourceful embrace of less desirable yet nutritious parts of the animal. Their strong, distinctive taste was a reflection of the pragmatic approach to sustenance. While less common, some traditional butchers still offer these cuts, valued by certain culinary enthusiasts. Number 18. Thick vegetable stew. A thick vegetable stew was a foundational dish, adaptable to whatever produce was cheap and available. Root vegetables like potatoes, carrots, turnips, and onions were slowly simmered in water or a weak broth, perhaps with a handful of barley or oats to thicken it. It was a daily meal, particularly in colder weather, providing warmth, bulk, and essential vitamins in a single pot. This stew symbolized resilience and the communal spirit. Often stretched to feed many, its steam fragrant with humble goodness. The gentle bubbling of the pot and the scraping of wooden spoons against its sides were sounds of domestic survival. Vegetable stews remain a comforting, wholesome meal across cultures. Number 19. Dandelion salad. Dandelion salad, like nettles, utilized wild greens found in abundance in the urban fringes and neglected patches of Boston. Young dandelion leaves, with their slightly bitter taste, were gathered and often dressed with a simple vinaigrette made from vinegar and oil or just a little salt. Eaten particularly in spring, they provided a welcome burst of fresh vitamins and a different texture to their often bland diet. Dandelion salad symbolized the innate foraging instincts of the Irish, a deep connection to nature even within a bustling city. Its bitterness was a reminder of life's challenges, yet its freshness a small, vital pleasure. Today, dandelion greens are recognized for their health benefits and appear in specialty markets. Number 20. Gooseberry Fool. Gooseberry Fool was a rare treat, a dessert often prepared when gooseberries were in season and affordable. Stewed gooseberries, sweetened with precious sugar, were folded into whipped cream or a simple custard if milk and eggs were available. This was a special occasion dessert, a delightful departure from their usual stark meals, offering a moment of sweetness and joy. Gooseberry Fool symbolized hope and the ability to find small moments of delight amidst immense hardship. Its tart sweetness was a bright spot, a fleeting luxury in their arduous lives. While traditional Gooseberry Fool is a less common dessert today, still enjoyed by those who appreciate classic British and Irish sweets. Number 21. Tea with a slice of bread. Tea with a slice of bread was more than just a light meal. It was a daily ritual, a moment of profound comfort and reflection. Strong black tea, sweetened with a tiny bit of sugar if affordable, was served with a slice of their ubiquitous soda bread. This was a morning ritual, an afternoon pick-me-up, or a calming end to a long day, providing a brief respite and a familiar taste of home. This simple pairing symbolized routine, warmth, and a quiet sense of dignity amidst relentless toil. The steam from the cup, the scent of the tea, and the familiar texture of the bread offered a small personal sanctuary. This humble pairing remains a cherished tradition in Irish homes. Number 22. Rabbit Stew. Rabbit stew was a resourceful and flavorful meal, as rabbits were a relatively accessible source of protein, often hunted or trapped in the less developed areas around Boston. The rabbit meat was slowly simmered with root vegetables like carrots, onions, and potatoes, along with whatever herbs were available. It was an occasional hearty meal, offering a richer flavor and more substantial meat than their typical fare. Rabbit stew symbolized ingenuity in the embrace of available wild game, a nod to survival skills that transcended urban life. The tender meat and savory broth provided a much-needed boost of nutrition. While less common, rabbit is still appreciated in many European cuisines. Number 23. Prati Oaten. Potato oat bread. Prati Oaten, or potato oat bread, was another ingenious creation, maximizing the use of their most critical ingredients. Cooked mashed potatoes were combined with oatmeal or oat flour and often a bit of wheat flour, then baked into a dense, nourishing loaf. This bread was a staple, providing sustained energy and a satisfying texture, often eaten alongside any meal. It symbolized the incredible resourcefulness of Irish cooks, blending traditional ingredients to create robust and filling sustenance. The earthy aroma of oats and potato filled many a cramped kitchen. Though less common than soda bread, its heartiness speaks to a time of necessity. Number 24. Scraps. Hash. Scraps hash was the ultimate testament to minimizing waste. A dish born from necessity and a frugal mindset. Whatever leftover cooked meat, vegetables, or potatoes were available were chopped, mixed together, and fried until crispy. This was a common breakfast or supper dish, ensuring that not a single morsel of food went to waste, providing a hearty and flavorful meal. This hash symbolized the unyielding determination to make every scrap count, transforming disparate ingredients into a coherent and satisfying dish. The sizzle of the skillet and the inviting aroma of browned onions would have signaled a welcome meal. Today, hashes remain a popular way to utilize leftovers. Number 25. Porter, stout, and bread porter, a dark stout beer, was more than just a drink. It was a source of calories and comfort, often consumed with a slice of bread as a simple meal. Dark, robust porter, brewed locally in Boston, was relatively affordable and believed to have nourishing properties. It was frequently consumed by working men and women, particularly after a long day of strenuous labor, offering both liquid sustenance and a moment of relaxation. Porter and bread symbolized a working-class sustenance, a simple pairing that provided calories and a temporary respite from the harsh realities of their lives. The bitterness of the porter and the satisfying chew of the bread offered a moment of quiet dignity. These weren't gourmet dishes, crafted for pleasure or presentation. They were survival itself, etched into the daily rhythm of life for Irish immigrants in the 1850s Boston. Through every humble bowl of potato soup, every crust of soda bread, and every shared meal, they found not only sustenance but also strength, dignity, and an unbreakable connection to their heritage. They taught us that even in the darkest hours, food nourishes more than just the body. It feeds the soul, preserves memory, and carries the flame of hope. In 1850s Boston, survival was simple, shared, and sacred, and the taste of home, no matter how humble, never truly faded.